This is Real Deal Sports Talk with KP, October 4th, 2018.
Mr. Green.
I'm found to be the nicest. On the mic it with rhyme writing. My mind states God cipher divine righteous. This is the sound of refinement. Extra time spent on every line written. You can hear the difference when I'm rhyming. The barbarian rap writings like Clash of the Titans. I wield the pen like Poseidon holding the golden triton. On the mic I strike faster than vipers and flashes of bolts of lightning. My poetry will leave the Pope enlightened. Whack rappers is pastime, you paid the Pied Piper. As the price just skyrocket, I stand to make a profit. I rap circles and spirals above your favorite artist. Like an identifiable flying object. With bars so far over your head, I'm honest to be rhyming in high orbit. If I dumb the metaphors down, you think the sky was falling. Rappers' arms too short to shadow box with the lords in the pantheon of rap. I'm the high exalted. The new God flow, prepare your offering. I treat the booth like the synagogue, cause the mic's my calling. I should congregate a following, although agnostic. You felt the flow was God sent, further personifying my Messiah complex. I'm a wordsmith, the wizard of Oz over percussion, throwing up sick bars. My flow fucking disgusting. Cutting edge caliber, higher purpose and vision. We write our own rhymes, you buying verses that's written. Mixed martial bars that'll beat you into submission. Lethal like a steel desert eagle with precision. Switch the elements, I'm the alchemist when I'm mixing metals. Accelerate on these devils, we reaching different levels in my own zone in this game. Like I play alone, breaking bones like a giant in the Game of Thrones. I hire breathe like a dragon when he fire breathe. I'm never separated from the mic, it's like we Siamese. Ultramagnetic MCs spit it magnificent. So deliberate with the sickest shit, it's ridiculous. Patterned after the greatest to ever do it, the legends. Destined to manifest on this earth, what's up in heaven. And 24/7, this presentation is feature worthy. Got so much class, I study, I'm never leaving early. Every song sensational, heavy rotational. Snakes will try to copy this style, but they not capable. Overcame problems, could damage a man's confidence. And now we making music that travels across continents. You could call me Mars with these bars, I'm like the god of war. A battle rap cannibalistic beast, a carnivore.
And welcome into Real Deal Sports Talk with your boy KP. It's October 4th, 2018. I hope everybody's Thursday is going well. We're nearing the end of the work week once again. A lot of stuff to get to on today's show. We're going to get to our Week 5 NFL predictions and schedule. We'll talk about that. We got the players of the month. We'll look in on where the current wild card game in the Major League Baseball is at with the Rockies and Brewers. They are on now. Dodgers and Braves are on later. We also have joining us today a player from the new AAF, Alliance of American Football. He plays for the Salt Lake Stallions. Seaan Brown, you guys might remember him from previously being on the show. He'll be with us here shortly. So a lot to get to on the show today. We're going to actually start off with Seaan as he is calling in right now. Joining us now on the Real Deal line is Seaan Brown, offensive tackle for the Salt Lake Stallions. Seaan, how you doing tonight, brother? Appreciate it, man. Glad you're getting that work in. We're doing good. We out here in Denver, Colorado, just trying to represent and do big things. Kind of like what you're doing because, last time I had you on the show, it was a couple years ago. You were playing for the Colorado Crush at the time. Since then, you've been with the Cedar Rapids Titans. And now you're with this new team, the Salt Lake Stallions. Tell everybody a little bit about the Salt Lake Stallions. Yeah. Well, and I'm glad you said that because there is a difference between some of the games you've been playing with the Cedar Rapids Titans, the Colorado Crush, and this team, the Salt Lake Stallions, in the Alliance of American Football. What are some of the differences in the indoor and outdoor games? For sure, for sure. So getting back outside, now I know you've had the privilege of playing for some good coaches recently, Jose Jefferson, Marvin Jones, but now you're coming into a situation with Dennis Erickson. Dennis has all of this name stature. He's national championships in college, successful in the NFL. He's rejuvenated. He's excited about this Stallions ball club. What does it mean to you to play for a coach like Dennis Erickson? Nice. For sure, for sure. Now you're playing tackle. I know you've had experience across the entire offensive line. I've seen you play guard. I've seen you played some center in the fill-in position. The tackle position. Now you've studied film. You've watched all these guys playing tackle. What's the number one thing that you're going to take into this new team to help them be successful at your position? Okay. Right. 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 So you guys have two quarterbacks, it looks like, who actually have some name value out of college. You got Garrett Grayson and Tommy Armstrong Jr., both successful at Nebraska and Colorado State, respectively. I was looking through the roster earlier, and I noticed there's even some former NFL guys on this roster. So as you alluded to, this is kind of being looked at as the NFL D League. Do you expect a higher level of competition stepping up to the AFL or AAF as opposed to what you saw with the Titans and the Crush? Definitely. For sure. That's definitely true. I listen to some of these other sports commentators and fans and stuff out there, and they want to break a guy down on a singular performance, and they're forgetting football is the ultimate team game. Now, that being said, I know you guys haven't reported yet. What would you like to see the expectations for your team be this season? Year one, what are you thinking? Definitely. I like where your head's at. Definitely. And I think, yeah, go ahead. And, I think what the AAF is doing, the American Alliance of American Football is doing with Bill Polian, with Charlie Ebersol, I think they're doing it the right way. I think they're putting together a league that actually is going to be viable. It's going to have quality. It's going to have good players. And it's going to be exciting. Do you... Right. Yeah, just right. So as you just said, the 2019 season kicks off right after the Super Bowl. Do you know who your offensive coordinator is yet? Okay. And then when do you guys report for camp? Okay. Okay. Nice. That'll be good. Maybe inter-squad scrimmages going on, you think something like that? Okay. There you go. Definitely. This is going to be great. A bunch of guys out there getting another chance, having another chance to play professionally, get it out there, get it done, work hard. We're going to follow you throughout the season. We'd love to have you on multiple times throughout the season. Talk to some of your teammates as well, what have you. But, Sean, we really appreciate your time. I know you're just getting out of the gym, so you probably got some stuff to do. And, we'll talk to you soon, brother. All right, we'll be in touch. That was Seaan Brown, offensive lineman for the Salt Lake Stallions. Might be playing tackle, might be playing some guard. Who knows? Multi-talented, good dude. Really appreciate him coming on the show tonight. That's huge for us. Anytime we can get that kind of name recognition, that type of exposure, especially on this new league that's coming out, man, I'm going to jump on that every time. Real talk. So I appreciate Sean. I appreciate all the people that I had being able to connect with Sean. Eric Anderson, Jose Jefferson, Marvin Jones, all those guys. They helped me to get to where I am. I will definitely rep them, have them on my show when I can, and let them do their thing as well. And, check out the American Alliance of American Football. You can go to their website at aaf.com. They have links to all of the teams from that site, the cities that the other teams are in currently, these 8 squads. You have the Arizona Hotshots, the Atlanta Legends. You have the Birmingham Iron, Memphis Express, Orlando Apollos, the Salt Lake Stallions, San Antonio Commodores, and the San Diego Fleet. I'm telling you, this is going to be really quality football. They have the right people working on it. They've signed over 500 players to the league so far. They're doing big things, and I hope we can have Sean and some of his teammates on throughout the rest of the season. That'll be awesome. And again, we're going to continue to follow them either way, because that's how we do here. We keep it real. We keep supporting those that, have helped us out. And we're going to continue to support Seaan Brown and the AAF because we love football, Real Deal Sports Talk. That's what we do. That's one of the sports I grew up playing, loving, coaching, refereeing, field managing, doing security for at the games. You name it, I've been involved in it. My grandfather's a Hall of Fame coach in it for the state of Colorado and nationally. So, it's all love. And I'm excited. I want to continue to talk about the subject, but we have other stuff to get to on the show today. So let's look in on the Rockies-Brewers wild card game and see where they're at. Today, Antonio Sensatella started against Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers were going with a pitching by committee today. So they had only relievers coming into the game today, which is a little different. You don't normally have a game where just relievers are coming into the game to pitch. You normally have some starters mixed in before the relievers. But, it is what it is. They decided they wanted to keep their rotation the way it was. They don't really have a true fifth starter. So looking in on the game now, Sensatella, he went 5 innings. The relievers, they've been in and out. It looks like Milwaukee's on maybe their 4th or 5th pitcher at this point. And the score is 2-0 Milwaukee. They are at home. It is the top of the 7th inning. Nolan Arenado, Dahl, and LeMahieu are due up in the inning. And the Rockies got to find their bats. Face it. You're down 2-0 on the road in the NLDS against a team that's streaking, against a team that has who's going to be the National League MVP this year in Yelich, who also homered today, a 2-run homer, giving Milwaukee that 2-0 lead currently with just 3 innings left to go. The Rockies have 9 outs to get it figured out, and LeMahieu grounds out to 3rd in the top of the 7th inning. So if you're not following, again, guys, this is the time of year to watch baseball. It's more exciting. It's more intense. It means more. You don't have 162 games to watch. You have series to watch. This first series, the NLDS, the ALDS, those are the best of 5. Yankees and Boston kick off tomorrow. So does Cleveland and Houston. Later tonight, you have the Dodgers taking on the Braves. Mike Folowitz against Hyun-Jin Ryu. Starting for the Dodgers, not Clayton Kershaw. He'll be starting game 2. So, Major League Baseball playoffs, or as I like to say, the Major League Baseball season has now kicked off. Everybody's excited. Go ahead and watch it tonight. Tune in tomorrow night. This is the kind of baseball you want to watch. We will fill you in on what happened over the first few games on Tuesday in our next show. Now, let's go ahead and get into Week 5. Who's playing who this week? Who's got the bye weeks? Then I'll give you my picks. Then, if we have time, we'll talk about who were the players of the month in the NFL this week. So the Bears and Bucks, they faced each other last week. They have the week off this week. Bucks get to lick their wounds. try and get Jameis Winston up to speed since he's now been named the starter. They even went as far as to work out Paxton Lynch this week, which you got rid of Mike Glennon, so why bring in Paxton Lynch? I have no idea. There's no way Fitzpatrick's magic, if you want to call it that, has gone away that fast. He's still going to be a quality guy to have around because he's experienced a lot more than Jameis Winston has as a player. Now tonight, hey, maybe you're not a baseball guy. You're like, KP, I'm not watching baseball tonight. There's Thursday Night Football on. We got the Patriots and the Colts tonight. Andrew Luck, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman's back. He's going to be on the field with Gronkowski for the first time in like 2 years. Josh Gordon, another week in the system. What are we going to get out of the Patriots? The Colts, everybody's injured. You've got running backs. You've got Eric Ebron and Andrew Luck, who's still working his way back from injuries. This could be a long night for the Colts, but it's going to be exciting either way. These are two teams that are rivals from the days Manning was there. These two organizations are rivals. The owners are rivals. And everybody wants to see what Edelman's going to add to this Patriots team. They've been hurting on the offensive side of the ball. We've all been sitting here saying, when Edelman comes back, what's it going to be like with Gronk? Gronk had the ankle injury this week. Nobody was really sure what was going on there. Is he going to be on the field? They've cleared him to play tonight on the short week, on short rest. So it's going to be fun to watch. I'll be watching that. I'll be following the baseball games to see what's going on there. But I'm definitely going to be tuning in to Thursday Night Football. You can watch it on Fox. You can watch it on the NFL Network. You can watch it on Prime Video. All kinds of ways to watch it. If you're not watching tonight, you're probably going to miss out on a pretty good game. Titans and Bills coming up on Sunday. This is going to be the morning schedule for Sunday. Titans and Bills. Look, the Titans are getting by on defense right now, and if they can continue to do that until they get the offensive side figured out or start to click a little bit, all the more power to them. I'm a defensive guy. I know the world wants to light everything on fire right now with points and just put up big numbers and make it look like a video game and have people running all over the place and protect the offensive players and forget about the defense. But I like real football, okay? I like traditional football. I like guys playing football and not just this random, let's throw some college stuff in, let's throw in some zip words and call everything RPO when half of it isn't RPO. And to that point, there's been coaches who have been coming out recently and saying, that's the new it word, RPO. Now everything's becoming RPO when it's not. Even Matt Patricia has come out this week and stated something similar, that everybody's calling everything RPO now, and it's not. And I've said that on the show, I don't know how many freaking times. But not everything is RPO because you go and do play action, or you have multiple reads on the play. Kansas City's offense against Denver the other night, it didn't even look like any kind of football. They had guys running around in circles in the backfield and doubling back and going this way and that way. And it was so much window dressing, waiting for that to happen to get the play started. Trying to confuse the defense. Trying to act like you're not running the same plays as everybody else in the NFL. Just the window dressing. And Kansas City's got a lot of window dressing right now because they're young, they're fast, and they live and die by the big play. Titans are living and dying by defense. The Bills, they're just hurting right now. For a playoff team last year to make the playoffs after such a drought, to come back with this performance this year when Kyle Williams decided not to retire and come back and give you one more season, I just feel bad for Buffalo right now. The Falcons are taking on the Steelers in Pittsburgh this week. Look, everybody had both of these teams having better records than they do right now. Everybody had these two teams playing better than they are right now. This could be a very evenly matched game. Both of these teams like to sling it around. Ben Roethlisberger's leading the league in passing right now. Matt Ryan's top 5 in passing right now. And they have nothing else to do but throw it around. Atlanta's top running back's hurt. Pittsburgh's top running back hasn't even reported to the team yet and is reportedly coming in week 7 or 8. Broncos travel out east to face the Jets, and the quarterback reportedly they wanted in the draft and Sam Darnold. Jets, hey, they've fallen off since they whooped up on the Lions. What can we say? In fact, Denver radio is ridiculous. They're running a commercial right now saying that the Jets haven't scored more than 17 points in a game this season. Well, Yeah, if you don't count the 48 they put on Detroit in week 1. So to me, that leads to, Denver fans fully believe they're going to win this week, but that Jets defense could cause this offense for the Broncos some trouble. And I say that because, again, these teams don't play football coming into the regular season. A few snaps here and there against live action is not enough to get these guys going. I don't care what kind of pro you are. Some teams handle it better than others, especially when you can accomplish the big play, like Kansas City, like the Rams. You don't have to worry about grinding it out. You don't have to worry about being in a new system with a new offensive line, with a new offensive coordinator like Denver's dealing with. So to everybody out there who's panicking right now, 4 weeks in, want to call for people's jobs, tell them certain players aren't good enough or they're not doing enough or they need to be benched, like Aaron Rodgers said, RELAX. Just relax. Let these guys get up to speed. Week 5 and 6, that's when you start seeing NFL football finally, because now they've gotten the real preseason out of the way. Now they've started getting those regular reps out of the way. Those physical full-speed reps are out of the way. The Jaguars taking on Kansas City, best defense in the league against arguably the best offense in the league. That's going to be a fun game to watch. I would definitely tune into that one if it's on in your area. It's not going to be on here in Denver because it's at the same time as the Broncos game. But if it is on where you're at, and you're a football fan, even a casual fan, that's going to be a fun game to watch. With the Jaguars defense and offense that's being held by Blake Bortles right now in the passing game, wow. And the Chiefs, who face it, their defense gets to tee off because normally they're just in big leads and, they're not that good at it. They're just not. If you have a left tackle who can block it all, that helps your whole offensive line, and then the Chiefs can't go off on defense. They'll be better when Eric Berry comes back from the heel. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, they're taking on the Lions on Sunday on Fox. Who knows with this one? I really don't know how to, describe this game. Lions go out and beat the Patriots. They've been flat against everybody else pretty much or had to play catch up. I know last week they had to lead against Dallas and they couldn't finish out the game. But, I guess I'm starting to see some stuff there in Detroit. I'm starting to see them get a little better. I see what they kind of want to do with that Patriot way. I'm still not fully on board with it as a fan, but I can kind of see what's starting to take shape there. They need some other pieces. They're missing a middle of the field threat on offense. They need to run the ball more with Kerryon Johnson. His 16 snaps or whatever it was last week was not enough. He should be getting 16 touches on more than 20 snaps. LeGarrette Blount should be your short yardage banger, give Kerryon Johnson a spell guy. You still use Theo Reddick here and there. You run him inside. He's kind of like a Phillip Lindsay for Denver. And Amir Abdullah, at this point, you've been inactive for 4 weeks. Why not see if you can get some value for this guy? Draft picks, players to help you this year, whatever you can get. Ravens taking on the Browns this week against, the two best teams in the AFC North. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? The Giants are taking on the Panthers. James Stewart does not get to play on this one as he is on IR for the Giants, so he does not get to face off against his former team. The Dolphins go into Cincinnati. And then in the afternoon slate, you have the Raiders at the Chargers in a divisional matchup. The Cardinals at the 49ers in a divisional matchup. You have the Vikings at the Eagles in what I said in the beginning of the season was a key game for these two teams because they want to be big dogs. Well, here's your big dog game. Go out and be big dogs and let's see who comes out on top. Eagles still finding their way very much this season. A little Super Bowl hangover, it seems like. Quality team, but still finding their way. Vikings, they're lost right now. You gave all this money to Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he's put up some 300, 400-yard passing days, but where's the results? Where's the wins? They're not there yet. They're missing pieces on defense. It's not playing as dominant as it was last year. Still going to be a quality game on Fox Sunday afternoon. And then the Rams in a divisional matchup against the Seahawks. Right now, it's kind of hard to find a team that the Rams aren't going to beat. I expect the Rams to steamroll the Seahawks in this one, honestly. The Seahawks are hurting on defense. You lose your best defender with a middle finger broken leg. He's all kinds of pissed off because you wouldn't give him a contract. Now he's out for the year. He knows you can franchise him at the end of the season and do it to him again. and he deserves to be paid or traded. This is the problem with NFL contracts. You don't get money fully guaranteed. So if you get injured, teams can dump you. Your career can be over, and you don't ever get paid the way the rest of professional athletes do. Outside of the WNBA, which that's a whole nother story, and I am with them on their fight to try and get equal pay. Then Sunday night, you've got the Battle of Texas as the Cowboys take on the Texans in Houston. Monday night, you have Washington taking on the Saints, where Drew Brees is 210 yards away from passing Peyton Manning for the all-time yardage mark. If he throws for 4 touchdowns, he'll be at 500, joining that club with Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. And Tom Brady tonight, if he throws 2 touchdowns, will join that 500 touchdown club mark. So those are the games this week. Here's my picks. So, my picks are as follows. I have New England beating Indianapolis. That's a little notification we'll get rid of there. I have New England beating Indianapolis. I think something happened in the baseball game. Let's check to see. Nope, just change of innings was all it was. The Brewers are now at bat. Moustakas is up. Moustakas, I think that's how you pronounce it. They are still up 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Russin is pitching for Colorado. I have Tennessee Titans over Buffalo this week. I'll take Pittsburgh over Atlanta in a shootout. I'll take Denver over the Jets. Jacksonville's defense to stymie Kansas City's offense, as Denver gave them the blueprint, and Jacksonville can do it better than Denver's defense can. I'll take Detroit to upset Green Bay. I will take Cleveland over Baltimore. Carolina to beat the Giants. Cincinnati over Miami. The Chargers to beat Oakland. San Francisco over Arizona. Minnesota to beat Philadelphia. The Rams over Seattle. New Orleans over Washington. And on Monday night, I got Houston winning by 1 point, 17-16 over Jerry's boys. And again, Tampa Bay and Chicago are on byes this week. Moustakas got a flight out to 6. Players of the month. So, players of the month, I'm not quite sure how they're picked. I don't really know who sits in the rooms. Do they take into account the fan polls and stuff that's out there? Who knows? But players of the month this month for the AFC on offense, Patrick Mahomes. Okay, we'll give that to him. Had a great month. 4 starts, 4-0. Got frustrated this week against Denver, was able to pull it off. Left-handed passes, multiple touchdown passes, big plays, exciting, scrambling. Okay, player of the month. We got you. AFC Defensive Player of the Month, J.J. Watt. That one's a little surprising to me. I haven't heard a lot about J.J. He's a consistent player. He's a solid player. But I'm surprised it was J.J. Watt in that situation. And the Special Teams Player of the Month, once again, kicker Justin Tucker for Baltimore. You pretty much could give it to him every month, every week, unless there's a kick returner or a punt returner who just balls out, because he's the best kicker right now in the AFC. On the NFC side of the ball, you got quarterback Jared Goff leading another high-flying offense. You probably could have gone with a Todd Gurley in that situation, but, give it to the big play, throw the ball 60 yards, high-flying. That's why they get paid. That's why all the rules are set around making them okay. On the defensive side, NFC, Khalil Mack, of course, we knew that was coming. Strip sack, fumble in 4 straight games to start the season with Chicago. With some of those other linemen, it's hard to double-team anybody on that line. Khalil Mack gets the attention. That helps a Goldman. That helps some of those other guys do their thing. And then you got to shift protections around. You got stunts mixed in. Khalil Mack, he's been a big splash. He came in with a big splash when he started with Chicago, and at different times in the game, he's making impact plays. He's helping them win games, and really more so than anything, what he did beyond his play, and I've experienced this as a player with a guy that was on my baseball team when I was younger, is he made everybody feel like, okay, now we're going to win. His presence, not his play, his presence, because of what he's done in the NFL, made everybody else feel like, oh, wow, we just got better. We're a lot better. We're a lot better. Okay, we need to stop the notifications for the baseball game. Thank you very much. Pena is up to bat for Milwaukee. And that's what he did. He's given everybody confidence. He's playing great, sure. But, it's not like he's averaging 3-4 sacks a game and 10 tackles and playing sideline to side. No, he's doing his job. And he gave everybody else confidence, and that team's playing better because of it. So, yes, I would have given the Defensive Player of the Month award on the NFC side to Khalil Mack this month as well. Special teams is Will Lutz, the kicker for New Orleans. He wasn't even on the team at the beginning of the month, so I guess they just decided they had to pick somebody because we all know after week 2 they kicked their original kicker to the curb and brought Lutz in. So there you go for that. Rookies of the month, you got Calvin Ridley from Atlanta, the wide receiver on offense. Linebacker Darius Leonard from Indianapolis on defense. Again, thank you to Seaan Brown for coming on the show today. We got through our baseball looking. We got through our picks, the schedule. Go check out Alliance of American Football, the AAF.com. And until next time, you know how we do. Just keep it real.
Yo, Denver City life living every night getting it. All I see is green like it's night vision. My sight's different, my type driven. These niggas risking a life sickness over white flipping, but I ain't with it. I'm light skinned. My mind gifted, intelligence in my disposition, aristocratic image, and not to mention I'm nice with it. The ice drip over cardigan sweaters, tight fitting, white linen. This is the type of shit that entice women. The fly shit that I'm on is passing the sky's limits. Why it's not surprising to see that all of these guys living. I vivid, solemnly swear the rhyme exquisite with the time I'm giving. My mind flying, define physics. I stay smooth like sipping out of champagne flutes. Always way cool, but it ain't the thing, just the flame cruise. You lame dudes, this that shit that you can't do. That's why your main boost steady watching me how I make moves. My high city life got me way above the clouds. Paint the audience a picture every time I draw a crowd. I hold my weight with these bars, so make no mistake. I get to cooking like Chef Curry in Golden State. I'm motivated, I'm taking off, moving vertically. Saying that they were seeing me lyrically, that's absurd to me. Virtually murdering MCs on purpose. Cutting their body parts into pieces is verbal surgery. You say you hot, but you ain't burning to the 3rd degree. Time to bring some urgency in the state of emergency. There's no comparison to us, that's way embarrassing. Making something from nothing like ancient Native Americans. Man, listen, I'm undergoing a transition. My transmissions are filled with nothing but ambition. No remorse on these rappers like a Roman force. Snuck into the game on these suckers inside the Trojan horse. No remorse on these rappers like a Roman force. Snuck into the game on these suckers inside the Trojan horse. No remorse on these rappers like a Roman force. Snuck into the game on these suckers.